Welcome to Stormworks Unlimited. This is your old pal Tater. And today I'm going to show you guys how to build a super simple lobster slash crab pot that you guys could use on your boat. And you can also use it on your smaller boats too. Don't necessarily have to have a big boat to use this. So for guys who are doing a career mode or whatnot, I'll show you guys how to build this. Okay guys, so we're in the workbench with a fresh build, and I'm going to go ahead and get started with a cable anchor. So go ahead and drop that, and it can be pointing either direction. We're going to go ahead and point it towards the arrow, same direction as the arrow on the ground, and then delete the starting block. Once we get there, we're going to take a wedge and we're going to go up 2, and I'm building in symmetry. We're going to go the same on the sides and the same on the bottom. And then we're going to delete this block out. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of those are gone. We're going to go ahead and grab the pyramid, and we're going to fill in the gaps here and here. Okay, from there, we're going to grab our wedge again. Put one here, one here, one here, and one here, making sure to leave this spot here open. Now, when we get down here, we don't want to put a regular block. We could, it'll probably still work, but the big difference is a standard block weighs 1, where a wedge, wherever the heck it is, inverse pyramid that's 75. Where's the wedge block? Can't find it. There it is half. It weighs a half. So we want to go ahead and use a wedge to fill up these holes just like that. And if you want to do it like this, that's up to you. Now in here, we actually want to put a microcontroller. So let's go ahead and open up microcontroller. We're going to make a new one that's going to be a 1x3 or a 3x1. I'm going to call this the buoy tutorial. Spelled that wrong. Buoy tutorial. And go into logic, add 3 nodes, spread them out. 2 of them are going to be on-off outputs. One of them is going to be a numerical input. This one's going to be altimeter. This one's going to be up. And this one's going to be down. Just like that. Go into the logic. The altimeter goes here, up, down. And then we want to use a greater than and a less than. And what we're going to do is we're going to have hooked the altimeter to all of these, and the less than to the down, the greater than to the up. And what we're going to do is basically, if the altimeter says, hey, the altimeter is greater than 0, we're not even hooking anything up there, winch it up. If the altimeter says, hey, we're less than 0, winch down. Pretty simple, right? So let's go ahead and save that as buoy tutorial. You can actually draw yourself a little buoy if you want to. Whatever. And save under buoy tutorial. I already have one for overwriting. And then we're going to come in here and we're going to bring in the buoy tutorial, and we're going to set it right in there like that. Pretty simple stuff, huh? Okay, now moving forward, what I'm going to do is we're going to go into the selection grid. We're going to grab the front half of this thing, cut, paste, and then I'm going to push X or XK twice. I'm going to slap it right on the back there, and we're going to merge it all together. 1, 2, 2. And then we're going to come back here. We're going to delete these 3 blocks. From there, we want an altimeter, and this altimeter needs to be right here in this hole, just like that. And then we're going to grab a winch, and we want to use this medium winch. And the reason we want to use it is because it has 40 meters of rope length. Yeah, it's a little bit heavier. A small winch weighs 10. A medium winch weighs 20, but it has 4 times the amount of rope, and it has an on-off input-output on it. So we're going to go ahead and grab that, and we're going to spin it into that little groove we just made right there. Pretty simple stuff. Okay, from there we're going to go into our logic, our data, and we're going to go the up to the up, the down to the down, and the altimeter to the altitude. From here, the on-off output goes into the on-off input of the winch. And then we do need a couple more things. We're actually going to go ahead and get a hard point connector attachment, and we're going to put it on the bottom, sticking down like that. Now, that will give us the ability to lock it onto the deck of our boat without any kind of intricate system. And it'll also give us a small battery because a hard point has a little bit of a battery in it. So hook everything together in any which order you like. From there, I'm just going to get a handle and we're going to put it on the top. And that'll help us lift up the buoy and get it back onto the hard point if we so choose to. Normally, I don't even take these back out of the water, but it's up to you guys. Next thing we need is the actual lobster pot. And we're going to hook it basically anywhere. Let's turn the symmetry off. Anywhere we can. And I'm going to, on the selection grid, I'm just going to cut it. And I'm going to move it behind the winch like this. And make sure that it's not sticking down below the buoy. Go ahead and paste it. And then we need another one of these guys right here, which is your electrical cable anchor. We're going to grab our cable anchor. We're going to put it on our buoy right there. And we're going to hook it together. Just like that. Now, next thing we need, we go into data. And on this on-off output, we're going to put it into lobster pot release. So what's going to happen is if we send a signal down from our main winch on our boat, it's going to go through here into the winch, down the winch cable, and it's going to hit this. It's going to unload the pot for us. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Make sure everything is hooked up to the power. Everything seems to be good. And I think that we are actually done with our buoy system. All left to do is paint it, and I'm going to hit replace color, and I'm going to go with a bright red. And then I'm going to take put a couple stripes on it right around the thing, so it kind of looks like a bobber or something in the water. That'd be kind of fun, huh? A little bobber. Something like that. I forgot one thing. We need our hard point connector body, and we're just going to plop that right there. We're going to grab our selection grid again. We're going to cut it and we're going to move it down until the tab of that other hard point is inside the groove. We're going to paste it. From there, we need a button. You guys can use a toggle button, whatever you want to use. We're going to go from here, going to put power to that, and the data is going to go from that button to the release or the launch. It doesn't matter. And we're just going to put release buoy. Forgot one more thing before we save this thing, and that is that we need to turn the speed up on this winch just a little bit. So we can either go up to 3, 4, 5 times. You can go as fast as you want, but just turn that bugger up, save it. And I'm going to bring it into my boat. This is the boat I'll be using today. And we're going to grab a selection grid. I'm going to load the content to my new lobster pot. And we're just going to put one right on the deck. Now, this is set up to you guys can do as many as you want, but what you want to do is get that thing, that hard point connector, down to where you can lock it onto your boat. Now, you can put it up here like this, or you can put it down here like I'm going to do. Paste it, and then merge the button to the deck of your boat, and hook power up to it, just like this. Next thing you want to make sure that you have is that you have some cables with you. And then on your winch that you're going to use, you want to make sure you have something on the on-off input. I'm using the space bar out of one of these for this one, and I have up and down for my winch here, and then I can also rotate left and right. All right, well, now that we've got it loaded up on the boat, I'm going to pull out of the dock here a little ways, because once in a while I just don't catch crabs in here. And I'll shut her down right there. Now, all we got to do is grab a cable, hook it up here, and I'm going to swing it out. And I'm going to show you guys a cool and fast way to unload them here. And you just hit the button, doing. And then in this case, we actually don't have to unhook from our winch because we're only using one. But as soon as that goes in the water, you guys can see it offloads that lobster pot to the bottom. Still offloading. And this doesn't have to be hooked up to work either, see? And I do not have infinite electricity on. So it is functioning completely as it should. We're going to go ahead and hook that up. Now we're going to go in here and we're going to sleep. And that'll speed up our crab catching or lobster catching. Okay, I'll sleep for a night. Usually 3 nights will fill your pot all the way up. But we're just going to go with 1 night. And I'm going to go ahead and winch it back up. Tab out so you guys can see it. Once it comes out of the water, it's going to start pulling up the lower one. There, it's coming up. Looks like we even got a little catch in there, and I can swing it over on the deck. And if I hit the space bar, it'll unload my catch. Then I can swing it back around. Put it back in the water. Even unhook it. Stow my cable, and you can see it is still going. So you can run however many of these you want on your boat. I'm gonna put these in my live well, and I'll be able to go sell my catch. I think that'll about cover it. I appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like and subscribe button for more content. And I'll see you guys on the next one.